Hey guys, hello and welcome to what might well be the final video of 2021. It's been a fascinating year. This year for me has been the first time that I've actually tried to concentrate on consistently uploading on YouTube, and I've stuck to it more or less. One video per week. We're 65 videos in, so technically I did more than one video a week actually. For those of you who are new here, you might be wondering why this channel is called What's News. It's a bit odd, isn't it, given that we mostly do Bluetooth IEMs? Well, if you look back to the first 10 or 13 videos, we actually started off as a tech and science news channel. That was the initial idea, hence the name What's News. But then I started to get distracted, started to get more interested at least in other tech things, and I started talking about phones, iPads, and I dabbled in some interesting little challenges for myself. The whole process has been fascinating. I walked up a hill talking about the Asus Zenfone 8. So I'm in the mountains in Georgia, the country in Central Asia, not the place in the United States of America. And it is absolutely beautiful, right? I'm on vacation. So it would be absolutely ridiculous for me to make a YouTube video about tech right now, wouldn't it? I jumped off another hill, a mountain really, talking about the Apple iPad lineup for the year. And we're off! Oh my goodness! And I stood outside in what was 2 degrees weather just to try and force myself to make a shorter, concise video. See, my assignment today is to make a video that'll give you everything you need to make a decision between the Sony XM4 and the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pro. But there's a catch. I cannot put back any warm clothing until I finish doing that. So it's been fascinating, it's been challenging, especially for someone who at the beginning of this year knew next to nothing about editing videos. And finally we've gotten to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you for that. And I understand a lot of creators out there have done so much more with so much less and with less time, but you know what, it's their journey and this is mine, and that's fine. Now, somewhere along the way, I stumbled upon Bluetooth IEMs and I decided to make review videos on them. Not because I thought anybody would watch them, I had no idea, but because they are the perfect intersect for me between tech and audio. And that continues to be true. But going forward in 2022, I definitely want to explore a few more things. So I thought I'd talk to you about that. Now, one of the most common questions for a lot of YouTubers to ask themselves is, should I burrow down in this niche that I'm just about starting to find a little bit of traction, or should I expand and try to find new audiences? And there's no right or wrong answer, I don't think. Basically, there's no way to find out unless one tries. So I'm going to try. Going forward in 2022, I would like to bring back some of that tech and science news, not on a very regular basis, but maybe one episode per month that would talk about some of the more important, more poignant tech and science news bits that have happened in that month. Maybe some of you will enjoy that, maybe some of you won't, but I think it'll be interesting to at least put that together, maybe get a conversation going in the community. The other thing I'd like to explore is tech reviews outside of Bluetooth IEMs, phones, iPads, whatever I can get my hands on really, but more specifically virtual reality. And the reason is, I think virtual reality is one of those things that's here to stay, whether we like it or not. Not necessarily virtual reality in its full extent, but somewhere on the spectrum of augmented reality. And I think it's going to change the way we live in very many ways, some of which we might not even have thought of yet. Now, in the last few years, we've seen what effects social media has. We've seen the effect of infinite scrolling on Instagram and TikTok that take up 20 to 40 minutes of our time without giving very much in return. We've seen how people can make us stay on their apps and take away our time in exchange for a few advertisements. We've seen how Facebook pages become echo chambers for people who just end up talking each other's biases up without actually fact checking, and how conspiracy theories run rampant. We've seen that these past few years. I think along with a lot of positives, virtual reality will probably amplify some of the negatives as well. And given that it's here to stay, the only thing we can do is equip ourselves with the knowledge beforehand, so we know how to handle it, so we know what to be careful of, what to be wary of. Especially for those of us who have children, they will be going into the world where virtual reality is just a normal part of life. You should be able to tell them what's what. So I'd like to explore that world a little, and I'd like to take you along with me on that journey. Bluetooth IEMs will continue. Wired IEMs and headphones also will be thrown into the mix, because that is very much a passion of mine. But I'd like to expand tech, and hopefully some of you will like that content as well. It's been a fun ride, but we've only just begun. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you in the next year. And wherever you are, stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste.